Hey everyone, Jeff Sarver from the Practical Drummer here. I'm going to show you a little warm-up that I do, and it actually just kind of turned into a cool kind of ostinato groove slash solo kind of vibe. So I'm going to play eighth notes up here. You can play on the ride cymbal or anything, but I'm going to play on the closed hi-hat here. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're in 4/4 using eighth notes. And I'm going to play the ands on the left foot. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, okay? Now the right foot, the bass drum, is just going to go 1 and. It's going to be an ostinato, okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, now the left hand, so I started to warm up with this. The left hand's going to fill in all the, at first, all of the 16th notes underneath. So all the E's and the does, okay? So, but at a ghost level, so very quietly. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So you can hear it's there, very soft, and it's actually good practice to try ghost notes. And I tend to play them to the more to the outside of the drum instead of the middle. So okay. So get that going, speed it up just a little bit, maybe, and feel the vibe. And then I started to a groove jumped out at me, and then so I'll show you that. I accent the da of 2, so 1 E and 2 E and E and 4 E, and then I'm going to hit the E of 4. So I'm just going to take the E of 4 off here and hit it up here, because when you hit any E, because you're playing ands, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, it gives you that crisp sound because you're closing on the and. So the da of 2 accented and the E of 4 on the hi-hat. Sounds kind of cool. 1 and 2, and here we go. So, to take it one step further, I wanted to kind of get free with this. So I want to free my left hand up to start doing alternate rhythms, polyrhythmic stuff, playing on the 4/3 or playing fives, just getting some flexibility with going around the drum set on different rhythms that just come up in my head and when I'm playing this thing. But I make a 2-bar phrase out of it. So I try to come back to the dun dun ba ba dun 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 ba ba, okay? But then I'm going to do a little solo on the off measure, okay? It's not an exact science, but just kind of feel around and fumble around a little bit, okay, to get my limbs warmed up. But it actually sounded kind of like a cool groove, right? So 1, 2, here we try. Let's try it. So something like that, right? So I'm starting to kind of feel the flow here, and I think what I want to do actually is play a 4-bar phrase so that I can open up a little bit more. So I'm going to play the first measure. I'm going to play the groove, doon doon bap, psst, okay. So 1 and, 2 E and da, 3 E and a 4 E. Okay, so, and then I'm going to open up the last 3 measures of the 4-measure phrase to just kind of feeling around, but I am keeping this constant. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see I'm just kind of getting free with my left hand, and at some spots I actually brought the right hand down and did some filling. So taking the hand off the ostinato here and using it to kind of fill in some of the space. Again, just to kind of warm up. Remember that the ostinato, so hitting 1 and when it comes around every measure, that's a challenge, right? And obviously to solo or to do odd things when you're playing ands on the left foot is really tough. You could also bring a little bit more level of complexity, bring the speed up, and also play triple strokes. Something like that, you know. So I missed a 1 and. Again, this is starting to cook real fast. Now I've added this other level of complexity where when you hit a cymbal on 1, you got to come back. So 1, you got to get back on the train, right? So it's a little screwy. So you got to kind of, obviously you've got to be able to play this stuff anyway, triple strokes, to be able to do free things around it, ease and does and polyrhythmic stuff. But once you get that, and then you can start to be a little bit more fluid with it, right? So this is just one way I'm showing you. You can bring it up to the ride cymbal. You know, you could play with your left hand. You could play eighth notes. That would be a challenge, right? Keep the left foot going. So maybe something like this. That would be really hard, right? Because now you're playing lefty, filling in the ghost notes with the right hand, right? That would be a whole other challenge. It's beyond the scope of this video. But without doing that, you could just play the... something like that, right? So you're training your left side now to play the ostinato, which was over here, and then you're doing the groove and some filling with the right hand now. So you're breaking it open, even more level of complexity. So I think that's enough for now. Try that out and see what happens. I love it.